Hi everyone, Nathan here from Mighty Lancer Games, and this evening we're going to continue painting our Undertaker. So first off, let me say hello to people in the chat. Hi Moxidon, hi Wicked D, hi Fizzy Wizzle, hi Pete the Priest. Thanks everybody for joining us. And if you're there and you're lurking, I do apologise. I'll try not to knock the camera again because that was a bit of a mistake. So you'll see I'm sporting my my new T-shirt again with this this amazing art. Thanks to Moxidon. Thank you. Love it. And it's a bit crinkly, but that's all good. So we're gonna crack on with our Undertaker, and we're gonna try and get some light out of his lantern onto his clothes. So the first thing that we're gonna do is highlight up the blue of his robes just a touch. So for that, I'm going to get my palette into view. See, I've got my colours ready. I'll have it up there somewhere. So we're going to... This is the blue that we used last time, the soft blue that we used to get his main colour down. We're going to use a bit of that, and then we're just going to take a little bit of this like turquoise just to highlight that. And we're just going to mix a slightly brighter blue there. Wash that brush out. Don't use that bit of tissue. Where's my other bit of tissue gone? No! Nicely. Found it. It was masquerading as a whole roll of tissue. Hi Mr. Perks! Good evening. Let's stick that brush there out of the way. So we're going to use this lighter blue, and we're just going to highlight this ever so slightly down his front there. How is everybody? I hope you've all had a good day today. It's been very busy for us. We've had our last week's Games Workshop delivery finally arrived today, and coupled with the other normal Monday activities, so it's been very busy. There we go. Doesn't need much, just a tiny little bit. Just pick out that little bit of detail in there. That's all we needed. And then we need to do something with this cloak, don't we? Oh, I haven't got any black on my palette. That's no good. We'll have to come back to that. Been dragon slaying, eh, Pete the Priest? Thought you were all about saving the dragons. Just realised that I haven't actually got any black and white on the palette, so we just need to remedy that. There's a little bit of white. So we're using Green Stuff World Nuclear White. I like this. It's a nice strong pigment to it. And and black, we're just using some Reaper Solid Black. They beat you up. Did you get eaten like I did yesterday? Because when you get down to really low hit points, it just chomps you. And then like swings you around, and then that's it. It's like when the giant whacks you up in the air. So I'm not going to mix with that brush because that's not the idea. So we're just going to take a little bit of black and a little bit of white, and we're going to mix a grey that we're going to use on the back of his coat. And if I can test that out, I think we need a little bit more white in there. There we go. Nice smooth just on the edges.
Oh, Mox is here to show me t-shirt.
Excellent.
Ordered a wet palette today.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because I was showing mine, I've still not taken out the box yet. I've moved the things, I can't see who it was. I assume it's Swickham's, I very stupidly have moved the thing so the name didn't come up, Aaron.
Oh no.
Oh, very naughty of me. Here we go, look, I'll move it back a bit.
Hi Flickums!
Oh, in unison.
In concert.
Do we get a prize for that?
Well, I think we should.
Woo, cheers.
Thank you.
I think everybody in chat should cheer as well in their homes.
Yeah.
After 3, you ready?
1, 2, 3.
Woo!
Woo!
You know everyone else did it as well, because that's the rules. You'll be able to show Moxie your t-shirt. I don't know if you've seen it.
I will.
The dragon stood on Pete the Priest's head.
Oh. So is that it? Slay all the dragons now?
Yeah, that one dragon was really mean.
Yeah.
Get them all. So.
Yeah. So
What you want with?
we're just putting a couple of little fine highlights on his coat here, and I've realised that I need to just kind of blend that bit in a little bit there because that's a bit stark, that one there. So we'll just have a little smush in that hole there.
A smush. Is that
Yeah, just a smush in there, and then we'll go back to.
Yes, bottoms were smacked, Flickums. I told them how extremely naughty they were. What colours are you going to do? Have you decided? We are talking about, of course, our rainbow. Yes, you see, rainbow. That'd be cool. That'd be far too technical for me doing a Space Marine rainbow. I'd get confused.
Well, I've got my colour scheme all mapped out for Wednesday for our metallic pink. Yeah. I've got some pink and a little bit of gold and some red. We're going to go with pink, gold, and red on the whole.
Pink, gold, and red.
That's right.
Why,
Pink, gold,
not
and red.
just pink, pink, and pink?
Because you've got to have a bit of variation, haven't you?
I suppose it just looked like you dipped it in pink paint otherwise, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Right, so we've got so we've done his cloak, and then we're going to go for just a very fine highlight on his face with some. This is some Reaper. What is it? Reaper graveyard bone that we're going to use just to give him a little fine highlight on his nose and his chin.
So who was painting along with us tonight then? Anybody painting anything? And what are you all up to?
Super, there we go. So before the stream started, I made a start on, well, that just sorts itself out. I made a start on painting these, which anybody can guess what game these may possibly be for.
No idea.
But I'm not going to say it out loud, so there we go. So these are treasure tokens for a popular fantasy adventure game.
Is it a cold place?
Yeah, it might be. Yeah. So they're my treasure tokens, which I've made a start on this evening while we were getting ready. Right then, so what do we need to do? What else do we need? Oh, we need to paint some gold, don't we? We need to give him his golden buttons. Not my gumdrop buttons!
Oh dear.
I know, that was terrible, wasn't it?
It might be Lord of the Rings, Flickers. Is it Lord of the Rings that you're talking about?
No! Although they would be useful for any fantasy game or skirmish game as objective markers, but they are for a specific game. Oh no, that's brown. That's not gold.
Why did you think it was gold?
I don't know. TT Combat Abandoned Abbey. I'm not familiar with that one. Abandoned Abbey. I'll have to have a look at that. We've got, in fact, oh, I might have one. Is that out of the Savage Domains range, Mr. Perks? We might have that one. That might be on my collection of scenery to build for that similar fantasy game that I just mentioned.
Without mentioning it.
Without mentioning it. That we will be running a campaign in store when we do get to reopen the gaming floor. Right, so we're just gonna paint these tiny little skull button things here with some good old Vallejo brass.
My favourite gold that's not really gold.
Yeah.
What did I add today? I added Vallejo German World War II paint set, and it had it in there.
It's because it's good.
And I thought, oh, that's my pen.
There we go. So we're giving him like a little gold gorget little thing going on there. Oh, and then he's got. Oh, look at that! Look at the size of that buckle. That's super tiny. Ah, yes. Then Mr. Perks, that is the one that I've got. And it's got the nice like kind of stained glass window piece going on. Oh, a stretch.
I think I've seen that.
Oh. Thank you, Wicked D.
I think I've seen a picture of that one with the stained glass bit. So.
Right then.
Maybe,
So,
possibly.
yeah. Look at that tiny, tiny little buckle there.
Oh, that's no good, is it?
What's that?
I've completely missed my Bone Devil's armpits. Because I haven't turned him upside down yet.
Right. So, there's another one on the back.
What are you doing?
We're trying to do some tiny little buckles. We're on Aldi's finest this evening.
Saint Etienne.
Saint Etienne. After water earlier on.
Has it got to that time of night, has it?
Flickums is giving us a wave. Hi, Flickums.
You'll have to wave because they can't see me. Ha ha. So you're painting Vallejo brass, are you?
Yeah, that's it. That tiny little bit there. That's what he's getting for now. On there. I don't think that is that another buckle at that side. Is that a buckle there, or is that just like the loop of his thing?
Oh, I don't know. You're looking at it.
I think that's just the loop on his robe there. Right. So we're just gonna.
What?
I'm just gonna try and get a really light grey out of this.
Okay.
There we go.
What
To put on his hair. So that I've mixed a grey out of black and white.
Oh, look at you showing off. Mixing colours.
Yeah. So we're just going to stroke that onto his hair there. Just want him to. I know. Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah. You were going to do a white unicorn with rainbow hair, weren't you? You don't have to, you know. There's no. We won't come round and tell you off.
Right now.
Which unicorn is it? Is it a Reaper one? What are you doing now?
So I'm just going to get a little bit of a brown so I can highlight his hat ever so slightly, because we want the light from the lantern to really kind of be doing the main bit, don't we? So
how are you going to do that then? Do you know?
I'm going to make it up as I go along.
Oh, awesome. Make it up as we go along. It's one of the Reaper foals.
Oh, I like those. Yeah, I like them. They're a lot of fun. You get a unicorn and a Pegasus in a 2-pack.
Get a Pegasus as well?
I think so, yeah.
You get one of these alicorns that never existed until now.
What, like flying llama, whatever they're called? Llamacorns.
No, alicorns. I'd heard of Pegasus and I'd heard of unicorns, but now there's alicorns. It's like, where did they come from? I'm sure they never existed before.
Well, what did they call them in My Little Pony? I'm sure they were in My Little Pony when we were kids.
I don't know.
Well, not that I ever really watched a great deal of My
Oh,
Little Pony.
now
But...
you see, now it's all coming out. No one can see what you're doing apart from you, but...
Why not?
Because you had it.
Because we're zoomed right in.
No. No, I'm not going to zoom out at all, no. It's because you had it right at the bottom. Goblicorns, yeah. What Little Miss reads a book called Amelia. What's it? Amelia Fang. And it's a vampire. She's a vampire. And everything in there is a corn. So they have kitty corns and all things like that.
Is that the same book?
What the same book?
The kitty corns and things in Amelia Fang, the other one, where she's the vampire and they've got the Yeti and things.
Yeah, and there's kitty corns. She's looking after kitty corns now.
Oh, right,
It's a story, the naughty kitty corn.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because they're from the kingdom of the light,
Yeah,
and the
okay.
vampires are from the kingdom of the dark.
Fair enough.
Obviously, but they're all very good. But the creatures from the kingdom of the light were frightened of the creatures from the kingdom of the dark, and the creatures from the kingdom of the dark were frightened of the creatures from the kingdom of the light, until Amelia Fang made them talk to each other, and they all realised how nice they were.
Yeah.
And now they're all friends.
Because not everybody has to be a meanie.
Not everybody, no, because it's a kid's book, so they're not meanies. They don't really, eat each other. Yes, Gigi, you missed the vote, but Pink won out by quite a considerable amount. It was quite funny.
Yeah. Some vote rigging may have occurred.
No, people were using the string pointy thing.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Oh, no, that's not vote rigging. They're allowed.
Is it? Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Alicorns are a thing in My Little Pony, but they're quite rare. So I know that they're a thing in My Little Pony nowadays, but I never realised that they were in the 80s when we were kids, all them many years ago. I thought it was a new thing. Don't know why.
Right then.
Right then, I'll stop talking about nonsense now.
No, you don't need to. It's just we're almost at a stage where I'm going to ruin the entire figure.
Oh, cool. Why are you going to ruin the entire thing? You're going to do your lighting?
I'm going to try and do the lighting on the lantern, yeah.
We have faith in you. We have faith in him, don't we, everybody? Come on, chat. We've got faith in you.
Yeah.
It's all we talk about, Flickums, is nonsense. We've never really done a very serious stream, have we? Come for the seriousness, it's not us.
Yeah.
Nonsense, that's what we are. Filled with nonsense.
We can't talk about politics.
No, I don't understand politics, I can't talk about it. And how boring would that be? We'd have to have a whole just stream dedicated to that.
Well, that's true. Right then. I keep saying right then.
You do. Well, it's better than so. Gigi says, I mean the Reaper minis, not the Space Marines. Here for the Marine. I thought you were. And maybe you used all my channel points to vote pink. Yes, you see, that's what I thought. That's what confused me. But I don't know what you mean by Reaper minis. What are we voting for on that? What he's doing next, you mean? I'm confused.
I don't know. I've missed something, obviously.
It doesn't take a lot to confuse me, though. We've all established this.
Because I have my head down, so I missed something.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't done a vote for what we're painting next after the Undertaker. Although we possibly should have done, but I can't remember off the top of my head what other figures were in this month's box. I remember there was a fire giant. The Fire Giant Queen, I think, or the Frost Giant Queen, Fire Giant Queen, Vanya.
I don't know, my darling, I wasn't there this month when you made them up.
So any of our subscribers on the stream,
Is that what GG means, though?
I don't know.
We don't know. Let's
I don't know,
but what GG means first.
But we do need to decide what we're painting next.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't help you with that.
Yeah,
Mr. Perks is doing his Space Marine in some really hard colour scheme.
Oh yeah, I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah, the Space Marine for the Discord Fun Challenge, where we're all painting a Space Marine just however we want. And Mr. Perks has decided to do the hardest thing in the world ever.
Yeah, so while I psych myself up to do, we can't paint a monolith. I haven't got one stuck together yet. It'd take me a week to do that. So while I pluck up the courage to do the object source lighting, let me just tell you. So this is the next thing that I'm going to paint, not on stream, but this is the next thing that I'm going to paint, which is for the Reaper Challenge League, and I'm going to paint this little guy using the limited palette. So currently we're allowed to use 3 colours, are we? And you're allowed to use black and white, I believe, in addition to the 3 colours. But the 3 colours are pink, orange and purple. So I'm going to paint this little zombie dude with pink, orange and purple, and try and not use black and white if I can. That is George, that's right. So reposed him ever so slightly, so we've got 3 that all look ever so slightly different. Tried to bend one of their legs slightly out, but I think he's pretty cool. Unfortunately, Reaper had been out of stock for quite some time of one of the other packs that comes with 5 different zombies in, but I think out of the ones that's a multi-pack, this is the best dude. He does, yeah. I think if you've been dead for a while and you've only just crawled out of your grave, you probably need a wee, don't you? Yeah, the Fire Queen. Yeah, should we do the Fire Queen?
That's entirely up to you, my darling.
I don't know. I can't remember what else there was. That's the problem. I've done.
Moxidon is a subscriber, so
yeah.
Subscribers should be able to.
I know,
dictate what you're doing. That should be a rule, surely.
So, any more suggestions? Otherwise, it'll be the Fire Queen next Monday.
So what are you doing now? Come on.
Right. So now we're gonna dive straight in. He says, and I'm gonna paint the lantern first. So I've got 3 orange, like an orange. This is burning orange, saffron sunset, and pale saffron, I thought it was.
Again, my favourite.
Excuse me. So we're going to paint the light from the unicorn. Well, yeah, that wasn't in the sub box, I'm afraid, Flickums. I don't know. No. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to use saffron sunset to begin with, and we're going to use and we're going to paint the lantern with that. So it's got these like skull motifs on the thing, but I'm not a steady enough hand to paint around those, so we're just going to paint those, and we'll say that they're embossed on the glass as part of the finish.
You cheating?
I am. Plus, I don't know how much light it'd be.
I didn't think that there was any such thing as cheating in miniature painting, as long as you're having fun.
Yeah, well, very good of you to say so, my darling. But those little skulls will give us somewhere to make the yellow brighter, won't it? Because it will give us a point of highlight on the face of the lantern itself. Now, yellow over black is always difficult, so this is going to take a couple of coats.
Why don't you paint it white?
Because I wanted to be able to cover the recesses with the black if I missed any bits. So having silver against white is boonicorn. I like it. Silver against white's quite difficult to get a good transition, so that's why I wanted it to be
I don't know.
black.
I'm learning along, you see.
You're doing awesome. I was telling a customer in the shop today how good a painter you were.
Oh, don't you think so? Should not be allowed.
That's hardly a lie.
I handed you this fern devil earlier and said, what do you think? And you went, it'll be alright when it's done. And I said, it is done. And you went, are you sure?
Yeah, well, how many times have you said that to me before when I've shown you a figure? Oh, it'll look good when you finished it. Yep. Yeah. I guess I'd best take it away and go and do a bit more then.
Oh, boomy corn.
Yeah. Oh, so.
What?
Oh yeah. So a couple of streams ago, I slated Games Workshop's new squig riding orcs and said that I didn't like the models. Said they were a bit rubbish, but they've previewed today one of their new orc boys that's not riding a squig. He's just on foot with a pistol and a chopper, and I think that model looks awesome. Yeah, that one looks fantastic. I'm hoping for a reboot of Gorka Morka. If anybody remembers Gorka Morka. Gorka Morka was an awesome game, and is another thing that we are going to be playing in the shop when gaming resumes. Subbox contains Minotaurs, Sapperling Warrior, Juliet Female Sorceress, Undertaker, Barrow Warden, 2 Giant Maggots, and the Vanuatu, her, Fire Queen. So,
Oh, you want me to do a pony thing?
yeah, let's have a poll. Now we can't put Juliet on it because we've painted her previously, and obviously we're doing the Undertaker now, and we did the Maggots before. So, Fire Queen, Barrow Warden, Sapperling, Minotaur. Yep, I will. So, we're just going to go around and give this lantern a couple of coats. Minotaurs.
You'll have to forgive me when I spell all these things wrong. Sapperling Warrior. Okay. Music's got a bit jazzy. Undertaker you do now. Is that a Barrow Warden or is that something different?
No, so we're doing the Undertaker. Barrow Warden's a different figure. And then the Fire Queen.
And Gun Maggots. Right. Are we ready, everybody? Oh, right, you can vote now. Oh,
So we're good. Vote now.
Paint them all. I didn't put paint them all as a thing, GG. Sorry. Did you show Moxie your t-shirt?
I haven't done yet, but I will do in a second while I wait for this yellow to dry.
I don't know if it's Oh, it's moving.
Yeah, hang on. Whoa.
Oh, I'm
There
in the joint.
There we go. Yep. There we are. Yay! It's awesome.
And have you seen the little guy who's on the bottom of the screen?
Oh yeah.
Well, you haven't even seen it.
No, I have. I spotted it ages ago.
Did you, man? Look.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Awesome.
Fire Queen's winning so far.
Yeah. I've never painted one of those, so that would be cool. Right then.
So yeah, vote and see what you want us to paint on Monday from the poll that's at the top of chat.
Oh, this is...
Fire Queen has 2 different SKUs, 77100 and 77613.
Oh yes. Yeah, I like them. I do like them both. The later one, they pimped her up, didn't they? Like they did with pimped her up. That's probably the wrong the wrong phrase. But yeah, they made some of the
Go on. Finish your sentence.
yeah. So they made a lot of the fire giants a lot bigger from the original ones. So the 77100 that we used. So she's roughly double the height of, I think, of a normal human type figure like this Undertaker, and then the other one is possibly 3 times the size. but then the Fire Giant King and the Fire Giant Warriors are obviously a lot bigger as well. So yeah, they're cool because the Fire Giants were smaller than the Hill Giants that they did early on as well. So they decided to like make them a bit bigger, and the Frost Giants. They made the Frost Giants bigger as well. And I think in Bones 5, when that finally arrives, I think we've got a bigger version of the Storm Giants as well. I think they've made those a bit beefier as well, which are pretty cool. Is it Euphema or something like that? The female Storm Giant that everybody paints and Reaper never have stock of. So there's, I'm pretty certain that there's a new version of her coming, which is cool.
Oh, what's Dear John's? Joe?
Well, I was a little confused, but I read it a couple of times, and so he's no, I'm nor an a-hole, but I play one on TV. So I don't know whether that's supposed to say I'm not, but now I'm curious as to who he is on TV.
We don't really watch television.
No.
You probably said it without a proper accent or something.
Well, yeah, maybe.
We're not very good at things like that, are we?
I don't know. Yeah, I'll stop staring at the screen looking confused. So original Turjon. Are you an actor? Would we have seen you in something on TV, or am I misinterpreting your...
No, I think it's something to do with the Minotaurs.
Okay.
Cool.
I know. It's been a bit dense, hasn't it? Right then, so we're going to go for the...
Fire Queen's still winning though. Get your votes in, everybody.
We're going to go for the brighter yellow. And just put it on that middle bit.
How are you doing with your OSL?
No, we haven't got there yet.
Yeah.
We're doing the lantern first.
Okay.
Wussing out, you see.
Yeah. Why do they always have to call things such strange names? Object, source, lighting. Why can't it just be reflection? That reflected it off that light. I saw something. Moxidon wrote Minotaur instead of Minotaur. It's because they're Minotaurs. It's because they're Minotaurs.
Ah, yeah.
Aren't they?
Yeah. No,
They're
yeah.
tiny Minotaurs.
That's it. That's it. Right then, so...
That's maybe why we got confused. Yeah. You get a pack of so many, don't you?
Yes. Right then, so we're going to water down a little bit of the blazing orange, burning orange. Water down a little bit of that just to put a darker edge around the edges of the lantern. Ooh. Well, I might make it all go wrong here.
It don't matter. We're all friends. We won't pick on you. We never advertised you as a perfection of miniature painting.
And that's true.
There was never any come learn lots of tips. It was just come and chat. It'll be funny.
Yeah, it might be. This is how don't do it.
Well, you see, that's also helpful, though, isn't it? This is how not to do it is also helpful.
Now that doesn't look too bad.
I have faith in you. I know you can.
That doesn't look terrible. Right then, now I need a little
famous last word.
Dry. Yeah, well,
that doesn't look terrible.
That doesn't look terrible. Right, so we're going to use a nice soft dry brush. So this is a very flat, short dry. This is the smallest dry brush I own. Excuse me. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a bit of this orange. A bit of this orange. And then we're gonna splatter it all over the side of the figure.
So you Are you going to precision
I'm going to precision,
place?
yeah, dry brush
Can we
it
have a drum roll?
onto the figure here. So he's holding the lantern in this arm, so he needs a definite bit of light on the underside of his arm there, doesn't he? And there we go. So that's that, and then a bit down here for where the light shines down there. So let's get a bit more orange going on there. And you can see that my bit of tissue has been previously used for dry brushing because it's all crispy and covered in paint.
Not as bad as mine.
So let's just...
Yeah, that's it, Pete the Priest. Maybe if we'd have told everybody that he was going to paint one of them pink, then they might have voted more. But it's alright, whatever wins out, I'll make him do.
There we go. Super. How many votes has each thing got?
Fire Queen's got 8 and Minotaur's got 2. The other things haven't got any, or nobody likes the other things. Ah, poor other things.
Yeah.
How are you doing with that?
Yeah, it's going okay, I think.
Yeah, I think it's looking good. What's everybody think in chat? How's he doing with his object source lighting? Don't know, because we can't see it now.
Yeah, sorry. There we go. I need to get that bit under there, under his hat.
Are you supposed to do it with the dry brush then? Is that
I don't know, but this is how I'm doing it.
No, fair enough. I suppose you won't get as much like a massive heavy curve.
No.
It also helps when you point it towards that light because it looks like you've done my hair. Oh, Fire Queen won.
Oh yeah, so
Oh,
fire.
look, somebody voted for Barrow Warden at the end as like a sympathy vote, I think.
Yeah, fair enough. So Fire Queen next Monday.
And we're not going to vote on what colour now.
What? It's a fire giant. It can only be one colour, can't it?
I was just being silly.
And it definitely ain't going to be pink.
Pink on Wednesday.
Yeah, pink on Wednesday.
You're very much looking forward to it, aren't you?
I am. I've had a bit of a test to see how the metallic pink goes on, and it looks pretty cool. Right then, so far here we've got a very subtle orange just on the inside edge there. I don't want it to be really over the top. So now we're going to go with the lighter yellow, and we're just going to see if we can brighten that up ever so slightly.
Saffron.
So this is pale saffron.
I like pale saffron. I think it's a nice yellow. Well, that's true, JJ. If you add the right chemicals, flames can be all sorts of colours, but I don't think it's a chemical fire giant.
What's he suggesting? Like pink fire giant.
You'll have to do a unicorn, and you'll have to do it pink, and then that will also help Flickums, because Flickums wants a unicorn.
Right, we might have to build this up slightly with another coat or two.
Oh, I see. I don't know any sketch comedies from the 70s.
Right.
Ted,
Can you?
Can I do my job? Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. So
I've lost my mouse.
yeah.
There you go.
So, what do you think to that? Does that look?
I think that's really good.
Does that look okay? I didn't want it to be too much going on, but I think it looks okay.
What do we all think?
I'm going to do another little run of yellow on it, but I think that looks alright so far.
Oh, don't go back to lurking, Ted, John. It's just we get very easily confused, that's all.
Yeah.
No lurking, come on. Pete the Priest says it looks good.
Thank you.
I do love it when you read in chat and you look confused. I think it's because you look down and you're concentrating on your figure, and then when you look up, it's a different.
Yeah, they say everything has changed on the on the stream. Hi, how you doing? Right then, so I've mixed a little bit of white in with our. It's really bright over there. There we go. If I put my hand there, so I've mixed a bit of white in to make like a really egg yolk yellow in with the sail saffron.
Ever so slightly what you did with the OSL because Moxidon just had to.
I did. So what we did was we started off with a little bit of orange, and I dry brushed that just on the closest areas to him, and then we went with a bit of saffron sunset and did a little bit heavier work on up to the edges here and over across onto the haft of the spade and up into his hat, and then we did pale saffron, which is this brighter yellow over here.
Pale saffron's good yellow. I like it.
So this pale saffron's the colour at the top there, which is a brighter yellow. And then we gave it another little go over with the pale saffron, and now I've mixed a bit of white with that pale saffron to make this kind of egg yolk yellow colour, and then we're just going to do a very, very light going of that over these areas. And in fact, I'm going to need to take a bit more off my brush, and so we're going to do that up onto his hat and across his front and down that side. I did do a little bit of research because I've not really done a great deal of object source lighting type effect before, so I did a little bit of research before we did this and watched some professionals doing it. There we go. I think that looks okay. We might just give the lantern a little bit more of a highlight on there as well. But I watched some pros do some object source lighting, and a lot of them used glazes, Mr. Perks, just to follow up for your thing. And I thought some of them looked absolutely amazing, but they were painting some really fine things. So one chap was he was painting a cigarette held in the hand of a figure like this. So it was all about getting the light all around the inside of the guy's hand, and it was just considering the figure was like this kind of size, it was just mind-blowing the effects that he was producing. And maybe one day I might have a go at something like that. But
I think the dry brushings work really well. You've got a lot of control over how much paint you've got on the brush because you're wiping it off, and you can go over multiple times and layer it up. I think that's a very good choice, my darling.
So we'll just give our little lantern just a little bit extra there. There we are. With that sort of egg yolk colour. And there we are. So he's almost done. We've just got to do a little bit. I'm going to put some rust on his spade, I think.
Hi, Weekend Geek.
Hi, Weekend Geek. How you doing? So we're just painting. Let me move the palette out of the way so the camera can focus a bit better, hopefully. So we're painting this chap, Weekend Geek, who is a Reaper Undertaker.
The camera focuses really well when you don't move it around.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. So we're painting this chap with his lantern, and I've just done a little bit of light reflection from the lantern, which hopefully everybody can see, and I think it looks pretty cool. So next stage is going to be a little bit of rust on his spade, and maybe even on the top edge of the lantern, and then his base, and then he's done. So could you, Mrs. MLG, reach into the case at the side of you and pass me some rust pigment from Green Stuff World, please?
Oh, maybe.
So if there is a dark rust, that would be excellent.
I've got rust, orange rust.
Yeah.
I've got medium earth. I've got light rust. Medium rust. You can just show people.
Super. So these are Green Stuff World's rust pigments, liquid pigments. Oh, there we go, dark rust. So there's a set of 6, which is what this is. A couple more is a verdigris and something else. Now these are the various ones we're going to use, or these are the ones we're going to use. So we are going to go with dark rust because we want it to be really dark because of the shadow from the thing. So we're going to go with dark rust. So let me just answer J Star's question there about how you stop your wet palette from smelling. So let me get my wet palette back and we'll just have a brief catch on that. So I've had this for quite some time now, haven't we? We got it. I started using it last year, and we did a quick review on YouTube when we first used it. Now you can see here I put too much water in this end, and the paint has run and the pigment's separated. But let's just briefly go over this. So I must say that I can't figure out exactly how much water to get in this, and I tried all sorts of different things. But this sponge, this is the Army Painter one. This sponge, what I do is every once in a while I take it out. So you generally get 2 sponges, and if you buy a replacement pack, you get 2 more sponges with it. So I take the sponge out every few days, and I give it a wash in the sink with a bit of little bit of washing up liquid, and make sure that I clean it all out. Give it a good scrunch around with a bit of warm water, and make sure it's all clean. Clean the inside of the tray. Make sure you dry it out properly, and then when you put your sponge back in, you can just like wet it down with some nice clean cold water, and then pop your fresh sheet on top. But because it's got 2 of these sheets, I've never bothered replacing those, so I've got 2 of these and I alternate them, and then while one's in use, the other one just goes nice and crispy on the draining board or on the radiator, and then it crinkles itself up, and then once you put some water back on it, it should go back perfectly flat. And you can see here the staining, that's where I put too much paint on while I was learning what to do with the thing. So so long as you wash it and give it a good clean, and then it has a chance to dry out, so there's no wet paint in there, that's just discoloured the sponge.
I suppose as long as you dry it out, if you're going to wander off for a bit,
yeah,
and don't just leave it sitting in water.
Like Mr. Perks says there, it's so long as you don't leave it for a month or something, it should be perfectly fine.
Yeah, crispy palette. Yeah.
Yeah.
I found it once hanging over my clothes dryer, and it hadn't told me to put it there, and I was like, "What is that thing?" And then I realised it was your wet palette sponge.
Yeah.
And it had folded itself in 2. Hung over the dryer.
And that's the one that's in the palette at the moment. So it just goes, get it wet and it goes back into shape.
That's a good job, really.
Yeah. Right, so this is the first time I've used this particular pot of rust. So one thing, if you haven't used Green Stuff World paints before, when you get them, this end will be sealed. So what you need to do is, before you go squeezing and splodge it everywhere, is take a pin or a pokey tool or a drill bit or something, and just puncture the hole in the end. So give it a good rodding through. Insert your own innuendo here.
That's what it looked like, Weekend Geek. An alien slug had invaded my clean washing.
So you need to give these a good shake up, because you need to suspend the... There you go. So Green Stuff World paints come with a mixing bowl generally inserted. So once you've got it going, you can hear the mixing bowl rattling around in there.
We add mixing bowls as well, don't we?
We do.
With our paints to help mix them.
Yeah. Adding which is a relatively new kind of thing, but adding mixing bowls into your paints
helps to agitate them.
really does help. I've put them in all our contrast paints recently, which makes a big difference. Now then, so, that's not what to do. There's far too much there. Far too much.
Purple.
It does, yeah. but it's fine.
Do you want something else in case you don't like the colour?
No, it'll be okay. We can build it up with one of the orangey rusts over the top.
Carry on. You carry on.
Yeah. Right then, so we're going to get some of this here, and we're just going to paint it because it's a liquid pigment. So we're just going to paint it into that recess there. In fact, I think I might put a bit of orange on it. Yeah, but when it dries, it will look great.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just going to put a bit of that around on the edge, and leave that bottom edge a little bit shinier. And we'll have a little bit around there as well. On the back side. There we go. Super. And then we're going to do the same in the top of this lantern here. So it just looks a bit weather worn.
I don't suppose he'd keep all this stuff nice and clean if he's digging graves, would he?
No. I don't reckon so.
Oh, thanks, Weekend Geek. Do you like it? This is about as good as we could do, putting some words on the bottom. Do you like our little Mighty Lancer Knight? Moxie Don do that for us.
I've put a big in my dry brushing. See, I've just noticed. I mean, you know, in the dry brushing process,
Yes.
I've coloured this edge here yellow. So we're just going to get a little bit of metal colour, which I've got on the palette from earlier on. If I can break through the skin. Yeah. There we go. Just break through that. Let's get a little bit of that, and we'll just touch that up on the edge there. There we go. What am I missing?
Weekend Geek says it looks like you in armour. Oh, yeah.
That's the whole idea, Dan.
He's cool.
Right then. So now we're going to go for a different rust.
All right.
So we're going to go for medium rust.
And what colour is this going to be?
So this should be a more orangey, reddy colour. And we're just going to put a little bit of this
Don't
on the edge.
squirt it all on, like you.
Yeah.
You've only got 2 minutes left.
I know, well, we best be quick, haven't we? 2 minutes? 6 minminutes?
Have we?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
2054.
I'm looking at how long it's been live, but that's the starty bit as well, isn't it?
This one's not.
I do apologise.
This shirt, that one that I'm wearing.
Yeah, he needs it as a poster, doesn't he? There's no more room on the gaming floor for any other posters.
No.
It's full.
Right. So this is a bit redder. So we'll use a little bit of this just on the edge of that. Just build that up a little bit. Yeah.
What's the first game you're going to play when the gaming floor opens then, Weekend Geek? When you're not at work? You don't need a bigger shot, thank you very much. Never moving again.
Yeah, never, never. I think we might just go. I think we might just go for a bit more orange as well. I'm liking the rusts.
You notice?
Yeah. Because that looks a bit red. Yep, we're posture checking.
Oh, is that what that is? Just
Breathing in, sticking my chest out, shoulders back.
What you like? first game you're going to play when the gaming floor reopens and you're not at work, my darling?
Ooh. I don't know, actually. Don't know, because I've promised various people various games. So, Blood Bowl.
Right.
Magic the Gathering.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frostgrave.
What's that one? I don't think I've heard
Yeah,
that.
have I not mentioned that one before?
No, I don't think
Frostgrave.
so. I don't think so. If I let him, depends if he's a good boy or not, whether he's allowed to play. He hasn't played for such a long time, he's probably forgotten.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the first time not played
Magic.
Magic or anything for a long time. I'm gonna be a bit rusty on the rules. Right then. So let's go.
Why, okay.
Yep. So we're going to leave that rust a second. Oh, in fact, I've missed entirely. Should have been putting a little bit up here as well, shouldn't I? We'll just have a little bit of those. So these rust effects are absolutely fantastic. I love the...
I'll have to see. Is he allowed out to play?
I like it. Can I come inside to play? Yeah, there is a lot of... we've got a lot of room in our new gaming space in the new shop. I still hear Wicked Deer stretch, don't I?
Yeah, it does look a little bit like a police box, but actually it looks big on the outside too. The old shop, the one that we left to come to this one, looked like the TARDIS. It had a tiny little window, and then when you walked inside, it went really, really far back. That was more TARDIS-like. This one looks huge on the outside.
Yeah. Right then, so we've just got a little bit of metal, gun metal, and I'm just going to run it up that rust so it looks as though it's been driven into the ground a little bit. There we go, so he's actually been getting some use out of his rusty spade. And just a little bit on there.
Yes, singing. Why not? It might have
There
good
we-
acoustics, you never know.
There we go. Right then, so all that remains is to do his bass. And for that, we're just going to go with the very standard. Now, get rid of the wet palette again. Not wet palette, normal palette. Come back to the wet palette. We're going to go with standard stone grey for the bass. When the pubs get back open, we won't need any singing, because when there's a pub over the road, and when they get their karaoke going in their upstairs room, we don't need any music playing in our shop, because you can hear it from over the road. And a great job they do as well.
And when the market's on a Wednesday, there's a guy that sells CDs.
Oh
And
yeah.
plays his music really loud, and you can hear that in the shop.
Yeah, and he plays some amazing tunes.
I might go and put in some requests though. Just every now and then, just change the CD.
Yeah.
It's alright when you're a customer and you're only in there for so long, but when you've been in there all day,
Yeah. That's
you'd get bored though, wouldn't you? you'd get bored of the same song.
Well, you would, yeah. Because if he goes around multiple markets and just plays the same stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Well, it displays his music license.
Well, you've got to have a music license. Which is why we don't play songs, because we ain't got one.
No. Right. So I'm going to leave that, because this the base of this guy has this kind of dimple design, shall we say. I'm going to leave those holes without completely blocking in the base. So when I put a wash over it in a minute, it'll settle nicely in there.
You should always go at your own pace there, John.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, no.
Which means that you're more precise, that's all.
Yeah. Yeah, I was telling somebody in the shop today that I've painted more figures so far this year than I did, I think, all of last year. It's actually finished. I started a lot of figures last year and never actually finished a lot of them.
Yeah, but those are still the ones that you've not finished now.
I know.
You've just progressed on to new ones.
Yeah, I've just started new projects.
Got any cool new stuff to tell anybody about?
Ooh, don't know. Our Spellcrow stock is on its way. Yeah, apparently. They sent us an email saying they dispatched it in 2 shipments. So Spellcrow is on the way, and we'll get added to the website in good time. We've got a restock from MicroArt of all the Discworld minis. They're coming. What else have we got?
Rumble Slap.
Oh yeah, so we've got some new games. Yeah, possibly if I can find time, we might give it a whirl.
Don't think so. Who's told him such lies?
What do you mean?
When are you going to get time to do that?
I don't know. It could make a good stream, couldn't it?
To figure out how to use it.
Me being totally incompetent.
I'm not saying anything.
Right, so I'm just going to I want to be able to paint the edges of his base, so I'm just going to blue tack him on to the top so I can paint around the edges where the painting handle was. So yeah, I was telling somebody today that I painted more figures this year, and I know that last year was a busy year. We had a lot to do, and getting the shop ready and all the rest of it. But and we were open a little bit, not a lot, but we were open a little bit. But yeah, this year I've just kind of forced myself to relax more, and especially in terms of painting, because like no point taking things too serious, is there? So I'm going to do a little bit more work on the base, but we're there or thereabouts on the hour, which makes a change. So just nobody needs to see me paint some grey on the base, I don't think, but I'm pretty happy with how this chap has turned out. Hopefully you all agree that he looks pretty good. I'm pleased with him. So we're going to leave him there for now. Here's a taster of my Space Marine for Wednesday's stream. Ready undercoated. So I've left his arms off so I can paint his chest, but we're going to have those. They'll be blue tacked onto the outside of the painting handle, so we can be painting those in the same fashion, and then we'll assemble him. Because if you glue the arms on, you can't get all the chest piece. I want to be able to do a good job of that as well. So he's ready for battle with my paintbrushes on Wednesday. That's all sorted in preparation. just realised that I've blobbed paint on the worktop off the edge of the mat. That's no good. So where are we? Yeah. So this guy, calling him done. Going to give him a varnish and what have you. Pretty happy with him. Space Marines on Wednesday. Yeah, that's the pink Space Marine. That's right, John. His metallic pink was what everybody voted for, so that's what he's going to be. Got my colour combination sorted, ready for that, lined up, and yeah. So 8 o'clock on Wednesday, painting pink Space Marines. But I haven't got any chapter iconography for his shoulder pads or anything yet, so I'll give that a bit of thought tomorrow, and then we can make sure that he's got something cool going on for that. So if you join us on Wednesday 8 PM, then we'll be painting Space Marines, and next Monday we're going to paint by Weekend Geek. Next Monday we're going to be painting Vanya, the Fire Giant Queen, which very strange Weekend Geek.
Hello Kitty thingies.
Oh right, hello. Right, yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't understand.
I got that one. It's alright.
I didn't
Lots
understand.
of things go over our heads.
Yeah, yeah.
It's us, not you. It's always us.
That's it. Yeah. So Vanya the Fire Queen. So I need to win. I'll figure out a colour scheme for Vanya as well in the course of the week, and then Sunday we'll be streaming Skyrim till 5 PM, where we're going to hopefully not get murderized by a dragon several times. That would be advantageous. Or 2 dragons. In one instance, when we died this Sunday, there was 2 dragons. We were supposed to be fighting 1 dragon, there was actually 2. I thought I was just fighting 1 dragon until I ran around a bit and saw them fly in together, which was a bit of a letdown. So hopefully you'll join us on Wednesday, where we'll be painting the Space Marine, and Sunday for Skyrim Sunday. Thanks everybody for spending your evening with us this evening. Enjoy the rest of your night.
If you're not.
If you aren't already, please give us a follow. It doesn't cost anything, and it just means that you'll get a notification when we go live. That'll be pretty cool. Thanks everyone for watching us, and everyone that subscribes. That's much appreciated. So and a special shout out to Moxidon for producing these awesome pieces of art for us. We love it, absolutely fantastic. Thanks everybody. See you later.